I have just started reading Life 3.0 by Max Tegmark, a mind-blowing book about the future of artificial intelligence and how it could be reshape our lives, careers, and even humanity itself. I am challenging myself to not just read but to document my journey, learn out loud, and grow in public. So the day one is becoming a better version of myself. Let's see where the book take us. Now I am start to reading my book by Max Tegmark. The book name is Life 3.0. Uh, at first or second or third page, there will be content regarding contents parts where giving it will be give chapter name and their subtopics. So I explored this book from page number, just a minute, page number 11th. Today I read only 5 pages of book because I have to go somewhere for my for buy some grocery for my home. So today I read only 5 pages of my 5 pages of this book. Then first page is of Life 3.0 book is, do you think that superhuman AI might be created this century? If yes, then continue to the next page. If no, then skip to the chapter 1. Though then we are go with chapter 1, continue with next page. The title of this first chapter is The Tale of Omega Team. The Omega Team was the soul of the company, where the rest of the enterprise brought in money to keep things going. By various commercial applications of narrow AI, the Omega team pushed ahead in their quest for what had always been the CEO dream, building general artificial intelligence. Most other employees viewed on the Omega as the affectionately called them as a bunch of pie in the sky dreamer perpetually decades away from this goal. This happily indulged them too, however, because they liked the prestige that the cutting edge of work and Omega gave their company, and they also appreciated the improved algorithm that the Omega occasionally gave them. What they did not realize was that the Omega had carefully crafted their image to hide a secret. They were extremely close to pulling off the most audacious plan in human history. The charismatic CEO had handpicked them not only for being brilliant researcher, but also for ambitions, idealism, and a strong commitment to helping humanity. He reminded them that their plan was extremely dangerous and that if powerful government found out, they would do virtually anything, including kidnapping, to shut them down or the preferably to steal their code. But they were all in 100% for much the same reason that many of the world people scientists joined the Manhattan Project to develop nuclear weapon. They were convinced that if they did not do it first, someone less idealistic would. The AI had built, nicknamed Prometheus, kept getting more capable, although its cognitive ability still lagged or behind those human in many areas. For example, social skill, the Omegas had pushed hard to make it extraordinary at particular tasks. Programming AI system, they do deliberately chosen his strategy because they had bought the intelligence explosion argument made by the British mathematicians. Irving got back in 1965. Let an ultra intelligent machine be defined as a machine that can far surpass all the intellectual activity of any man, however clever. Since the design of machine is one of the intellectual activity and unintelligent machines could design ever better machines, there would be an unquestionably unquestionably be an intelligence explosions, and the intelligence of man would be left far behind. Thus the First, ultra intelligent machine is the last inventions that the man need ever make. Provide that machine is docile enough to tell us how to keep in under control. They figured that if they could get this recursive self improvement going, the machine would soon get smarter enough that it could also teach itself all other human skills that would be useful. The first million. It was a 9 o'clock on a Friday morning when they decided to launch. A Prometheus was humming away in a custom built computer cluster which resided in a long row of the rack in a vast access control air control room. For security reason, it was a completely disconnect from the internet, but it contained a local copy of much of the Wikipedia, the Library of Congress, Twitter, a selections from YouTube, much Facebook, etc. To use its training data to learn from they had picked the start time to work undistributed. Their family and their friends bought they were on weekend corporate retreat. The kitchenities was loaded with the microwave food technology, energy drink, and they were ready to roll. When they launched, Prometheus was slightly worse than them at the programming AI system, but made of this being be vastly faster, spending the equivalent of the thousands of persons years chigging away from the problem, while version 2.0, which was slightly better but still subhumans by the time of Prometheus 5.0 launched at 2 p.m. However, the Omega were awestruck. It had blown their performance benchmark out of their water, and the rate of progress seems to be accelerating by night falling and decided to deploy Prometheus 10.0 start phase 2, their plan making money. Their first target of empty trunk was Amazon Mechanical Turk. After it launched in 2005, its crowd-scoring internet marketplace, it had grown rapidly with lanes of thousands of people around the world enormously competing around the clock of performance. Highly structured shows the call hits human intelligent tasks. The task ranged from the transcribing audio recording to classifying images and writing descriptions of a page, and all had one thing in common. If you did them well, nobody would know you were. AI Prometheus 10.0 was able to about half the task category acceptably well. For each such task category, the Omega and the Prometheus designs a lean of custom built narrow AI software module that could precisely such task and something else. They uploaded in module an Amazon Web service of a cloud computing platform. Cloud run on many virtual machines as they rented. For every dollar they paid to Amazon Cloud Computing Division, they earned more than $2 from the Amazon MT division. Littles and the Amazon suspect that such an amazing arbitrage opportunity excited within their own company. To cover the tracks, they had discreetly created thousands of empty truck accounts during the preceding month in the names of fictitious peoples, and the Prometheus built modules now assume their identity to empty truck customer typically paid after about 8 hours, at which point Omega reinvested the money in more cloud computing time using still better task module made by the latest version of the ever improving Prometheus. Because they were able to double their money even 8 hours, they soon started saturating empty truck task supply and found that they could not earn more than about $1 million per se without drawing an unwanted attentions to themselves. But this was more than enough to found their next step, eliminating and the need of awkward cases request to the chief financial officer. Thank you for motivate me and encourage me, Mr. Priyanshu Kumar. Thank you so much.